We know the snow was the big story today. Tonight, though, it is really all about the ice. Very slippery conditions out there on the roads, and it's going to be the same thing tomorrow morning as you're trying to head to work. So we want to turn straight to meteorologist Thomas Patrick, who is outside right now. Thomas, how is it out there?
Yeah, actually still flurrying out here just a little bit. Just a few extra snow showers for this evening. Probably not going to see much more accumulations after we got about 1 to 2 inches, closer to that 2-inch variable here in Spokane. But yeah, with all that snow on the ground, you can see it on our green screen, our outdoor set here as well. If that's still on the roads, if it hasn't been plowed really well, and even if there's a little lingering moisture or a shine to the roadways, all that's going to freeze over, because sometimes the traffic helps to keep some of that water as water and not ice. It won't be the case during the overnight hours, but some light snow showers still kind of the last band into the evening hours. You can see it just kind of here or there all across Spokane County. Kind of looks a bit magical, as it was really our first proper snowfall of the season, at least as far as Spokane is concerned. Expecting about 25 degrees for the low temperature tonight. Those temperatures should be pretty steady, about 25 to 28 heading into tomorrow morning. But again, the roadways will be very icy out there, even if we're not going to get a whole lot more snow. But in the days to come, we're tracking both snow and rain chances, so we show you what days those will fall on and when we will see the warmest weather of the week.
All right, sounds good, Thomas. Thank you. And while we aren't expecting any new snow for at least another day or so, roads could definitely remain icy and dangerous. New at 10 tonight, KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk shows us just what drivers and emergency crews are dealing with.
Spokane police say they received over 100 reports of snow-related collisions in just 12 hours today. Here's what we saw driving around Spokane County.
Oh, I love it. I love it all.
Love it or hate it, the snow is here and sticking.
Because I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I moved here 2 years ago, and I love the snow. It's better than the heat.
I want to make snow angels. So, yeah, this is wonderful. Yeah. And the highways are slick. Okay. I just took the dog out for a run, and the highways are, I mean, they're terrible. Like roundabouts, you slide around them.
Crews got ahead of the snowfall in Deer Park early this morning and started sanding and de-icing the roads, while people brushed off their cars and cleared sidewalks. Police and firefighters responded to wrecks and fender benders all over the county. Side roads on the lower South Hill were especially slick. One viewer near Deaconess Hospital sent us this photo. She said she's seen several close calls throughout the day. This SUV got stuck in a ditch near Gonzaga and damaged a street sign. North of Meade, half a dozen cars, including a school bus, slid off Shady Slope Road. Firefighters shut down the road for nearly 2 hours as tow trucks and county sand trucks helped free drivers. No injuries were reported, and it's unclear if any students were on board the bus at the time. The Washington State Department of Transportation is reminding drivers to give plows and de-icing trucks plenty of room, unlike this truck on I-90. WashDOT says not only is it dangerous, following this close puts crews in difficult positions. Spokane police say if you do get into a fender bender and no one is injured, exchange contact and insurance information with the other party and then clear the roadway as soon as possible. Drivers are required to file a collision report if the damages exceed $1,000. Reporting in Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Well, if it snowed where you are, we would love to see your pictures. We want to see all that you could see today. These are just a few of the pictures that have come our way since this morning. Lots of dogs, lots of holiday decorations and pretty trees, a couple of collisions, but we'd love to see what it looked like where you were today. You can text those to 509-448-2000, or you can use the Near Me section of our KREM 2 mobile app. Our other top story at this hour, an Amber Alert has been issued for a 15-year-old Lewiston girl that police believe is in danger tonight. Her name is Lillian Dixon, believed to be with this man, 36-year-old Jonathan Wayne Bowles. He's described as a non-compliant sex offender. He has multiple felony warrants now out for his arrest. And according to Lewiston police, Dixon was last seen on December 3rd at the Lewiston High School library at 2:45 in the afternoon. Her cell phone and laptop were left behind at the library. Now, Bowles is described as 6'2" with brown hair and blue eyes. The 15-year-old girl, 5'2" with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a beanie, denim jeans, as you can see, a black and white jacket, and brown cowboy boots. pursuits. The two could be in the Walla Walla or Columbia County areas. They may also be on foot or in an unknown car or perhaps hiding out. Bowles' vehicle was actually found abandoned just north of Waitsburg. Police say Bowles may also be armed. So if you have any information on where to find these two, don't approach them. Instead, just call 911. Well, the person who was found dead near Northern Quest Resort and Casino has been identified. The Spokane County Medical Examiner says 58-year-old Jeffrey Hayes died from a gunshot wound to his torso last week. Police are now investigating how he got to the side of the road where he was found. They're also trying to determine if he may have been killed somewhere else and then dumped there. His death, though, is being classified as a homicide. This continues to be a developing story, but anyone with information on this case is encouraged to call Crime Check. That number is at the bottom of your screen. Tonight, the Spokane City Council approved millions in additional funding for overtime expenses at the City Fire Department. According to Council President Brienne Beggs, the City Council is actually required by state law to pass that special budget ordinance. It amounts to about $3.5 million. $900,000 will come from a public safety levy, which was passed by voters a few years ago. The remaining $2 million will come from the American Recovery Plan Act. Those federal grants were given out to cover expenses caused by the pandemic. Tonight, more problems for North Idaho College. The State Board of Education is now asking the college to address its accreditation concerns as soon as possible. In a letter to the Board of Trustees, the president of the state board says the college could actually lose its accreditation, citing turnover in leadership and failure to turn in mandatory reports. If accreditation is lost, the value of a degree from NIC could be significantly reduced, if not entirely negated. We'll start placing your bets now because sports betting is officially open at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Over the weekend, the Turf Club Sportsbook opened its doors to the public. It all comes in the middle of many major sports seasons, which means you can now bet on NFL, NBA, and NHL games, plus most college games, although because of state law, you cannot wager on any college games that include Washington teams. Washington restaurants will no longer automatically include things like forks, spoons, and straws. A new law goes into effect on January 1st, restricting the use of those single-use items in an effort to reduce waste and litter. You can still request those items if you want them. You'll also have to ask for things like knives and condiment packets. Well, it was inevitable, and now it's here. The Omicron variant is officially in the state of Washington. The 3 confirmed cases that we know of are all over on the west side in King, Pierce, and Thurston counties. The health department doesn't believe these cases are related, but we still don't know if any of them traveled outside the country recently or if they contracted the virus here in Washington. All 3 cases, though, were identified with the help of the University of Washington.
The next few weeks will be critical in determining how this variant spreads compared to Delta. We absolutely continue to monitor that as well as continue in our investigation.
Other labs will also now become involved at UW Medicine, where they will continue to test for the variant against vaccines and against blood samples of those who were previously infected. Kootenai Health is now delaying its vaccination requirement by 1 more week. The hospital had planned to require all employees be fully vaccinated by today in order to comply with the federal healthcare worker mandate. They will push forward, though, with requiring employees to be vaccinated despite a federal court order pausing the mandate. Staff will have to be vaccinated or have an approved exemption by December 13th. Coming up here on KREM 2 News tonight, the parents of the accused Michigan school shooter now in the same jail as their 15-year-old son. They were arrested after being found in a vacant art studio over the weekend. Tonight, the owner of that studio is speaking out.